Okay. So give yourself, another about a minute or two, and make sure that you have make sure that you have a prop. If you could just find maybe like a yoga block or even just a pillow, like a firm pillow, that would be great for today. All right, and I'll see you in about a minute. All right, you guys, we are going to start standing. So go ahead and come to the top of your mat. Bring your feet about sit bone distance apart, hands to your heart. Close your eyes and find your breath. Begin breathing in and out through your nose and draw the breath in with the muscles of your throat. Slow everything down. If you've been doing yoga for a while, you probably take it for granted now that as soon as you tune into your breath, it kind of settles you into your body. It takes you out of the thoughts, out of the monkey mind, and right into the present moment. But imagine that this is the first time, right? And I just worked with someone who just did this. I didn't know that it would be so powerful for them because, again, I just take it for granted. But just said, okay, just close your eyes and focus on your breath. And, within 5 minutes, they were like, I cannot believe how different I feel. I can't believe the difference I feel just from focusing on my breath. So even though this is something that seems, just kind of like fluff for us, this is an incredibly powerful exercise in and of itself, wherein we're deciding to take our attention out of and away from the thinking part of ourselves and into the feeling and being part of the feeling, sensing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling part of ourselves, right? And into the present moment. And when we do that, it feels good. It feels right. It feels relaxing. So making that effort to stay in your body with your breath. Let's go ahead and bring the arms down alongside the torso. Knowing that part of what makes this yoga, part of what makes this moving with breath yoga is that desire and the intention and really the dedication to stepping out of our heads every time we see that we're back in our thinking self and deciding to step back into our body, our feeling self, our being self, our sensing self. Let's go ahead and open the eyes, reach the arms up. Take a long inhale here. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the thighs, round your back, engage the abdominals. Inhale to extend the spine, and exhale to round the back. Last time, inhale, extend. Exhale, round and roll all the way up. Sweep the arms overhead, take an inhale. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale again, bring your hands to your thighs, round your back. This time, extend the spine, but lay the ribs onto your thighs. Exhale, pour the torso down, crown toward the ground. Inhale, thighs move parallel to the floor, extend the spine. Exhale, forward fold, keeping your ribs touching the thighs. Again, inhale, pull the crown of your head, pull the pelvis back. pull the crown of your head forward, I should say, pull the pelvis back, and exhale, draw the crown towards your toes, rounding your back, engaging the abdominals. Even though your ribs are on your thighs, your abs are still strong. Push into your thighs and slowly rise up. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Take a little back bend here if you'd like. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. This time, swan dive, reaching the arms overhead. Exhale, dive, pulling the weight of your body forward, keeping the hips over the heels as you dive, and fold it all the way in. Inhale, extend your torso. Exhale, fold, crown towards your toes. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Quads are strong. Last time, inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Stay in this forward fold. Reach the arms up and back. We're going to keep the arms not clasped for right now, just let them be wider than your shoulders on purpose. Legs are as straight as you can get them, but you can bend the knees as much as you need to. Your ribs are moving towards your thighs. The crown of your head is moving down toward the earth. With every exhale you take, you're pulling the ribs in closer and closer to the thighs. Your quads are strong here. Shin bones are moving forward, so your weight stays forward, and your hips again are over your heels rather than behind them. Take a final exhale, draw the crown closer to the toes, and release your hands down. Inhale, extend your spine. We're going to go right from here into a variation on our A series. Jump back or walk back to a plank pose. As you exhale, we're going to lower down onto the belly. Inhale, move into a Bhujangasana. Exhale, roll the chest down. Keep the fronts of the shoulders rising. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And remember as you lower that you're pulling the rib cage forward so the sternum touches down closer to the very front of the mat before the forehead touches. Push up on inhale to hands and knees, find that extension. Exhale to round the back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. And one more time, inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Stand up onto the pads of your toes. Press to down dog. On your next inhale, lift up onto your toes and shift forward into pike. Exhale, downward facing dog. Root down to the heels, maybe lift the toes. Roll onto the pads of your toes, inhaling. Shoulders are basically over the wrists. Exhale, press back down dog. And one more time, forward. Lift those heels. And back, heels down. Take a full breath in and down dog. Strong, long exhale. Once you are empty, jump forward or walk forward to the top of your mat. Inhale to extend the spine. Exhale, crown towards your toes and ribs towards the thighs. Now root down, keep your weight moving forward, quads are strong. You're going to come halfway up so that you're parallel with the floor. Take your inhale here. Good, make sure you're not hyperextending the knees. Exhale, dive forward. Again, inhale, rise just halfway. Arms are out to either side. Exhale, hands to the ground, fold in, ribs closer to thighs. One more time, lift halfway up. Your arms are reaching out to either side of the room. Exhale, hands come down and fold it back in. Nice. Inhale, move into your extension. Plant your palms, jump back or walk back. Exhale, lower to chaturanga. Lower all the way down onto the belly. Inhale into Bhujangasana. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale back down. Pull the elbows back. Traction your ribs forward. One more time. Inhale, breathe the rib cage off the ground. The tops of your toes are still on the floor. Exhale, draw the rib cage forward. Keep the fronts of your shoulders broadening as you lower. Push up on inhale to hands and knees. And exhale, round. This time, inhale, extend. Keep your knees on the ground on the inhale, but on your exhale, bring your forehead to your knees and knees to forehead. Inhale, hover the shins above the floor. Exhale, forehead to knees, knees to forehead. Last time, we're going to hover those knees and inhale, extend, and then exhale back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and down dog. Strong exhale, draw the navel in. Now we're going to inhale, move into a high push-up position. So you're going to move a little further forward than you did for pike, right? Moving all the way into a push-up. Exhale all the way back down dog. Inhale, high push-up. Exhale, down dog. And last time, inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take another full breath in. Strong, long exhale. Engage your abs, jump forward or walk forward. Inhale when you land. Exhale, fold crown towards your toes. Root down, move the weight forward. Lift your heels maybe a centimeter off the floor. Reach the arms out to either side. Feel the shin bones moving forward. Feel the kneecaps drawing up, thigh bones moving back. Spine is extending parallel with the floor. One final in-breath here. Exhale, hands to the ground, fold in. Good, one more time like that. Inhale, spinal extension. Plant your palms, jump back or walk back. Exhale to chaturanga, then all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, bhujangasana. And exhale down slowly. Inhale, breathe length through your spine so that as you rise, you don't feel like you're compressing. Exhale, draw the heart forward, pull the elbows back and lower slowly. Let's do one more, rising on in-breath, inflating the lungs and floating on that inflation. Exhale, slowly down, resisting the pull of gravity all the way down. Push up on inhale to hands and knees, standing up onto the pads of your toes and letting the shins hover from the very beginning this time. Exhale, forehead to knees and knees to forehead. Inhale, extension. Exhale, round. One more time, extend to round on exhale. We'll bring it back into that hovering extension on in-breath. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Full breath in and down dog. And a strong, long exhale. This time, lift the heels on in-breath and bend the knees, bringing the thighs to the ribs. Exhale, press it back to down dog. Inhale, heels lift, ribs to thighs, thighs to ribs. Exhale, heels down, legs straight. And last time, lift the heels up, draw the knees in closer. Press down through your heels. Another full breath in down dog. Strong, long exhale. Hollow out the belly, draw the navel in and up. Jump your feet or walk your feet forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crown to ground. Bend your knees now and place your weight into your heels. Rise up for Utkatasana. Good. As you exhale, pick up your right foot, cross your right ankle to the top of the left thigh. You make a little four with your legs. Sweep the arms back behind you and sit back and down. Flex your right foot, root down to the inner edge of your left foot. Make sure you're hugging in with your left inner thigh. Good, sit down just a little deeper. And then reach with your right hand to bring your right, to pick up your right shin. Place your right foot inside your left inner thigh. Tree pose. Right, so once you bring your foot to your thigh, push your thigh into your foot and push your foot back into that pressure so you find Mula Bandha, which is basically you'll feel like the floor of the pelvis just rises a bit. You'll feel some toning through the lower belly as well. Do whatever you'd like to with your branches. Make sure that this pose feels open and alive. Root down, and from that rooting, rise up. Good. Take one more inhale here in tree pose. And then again, with your right hand, we're going to reach down, grab the shin, and bring that, if possible, you can grab your right big toe. Otherwise, grab the outer shin and extend your right leg out to the right as you bring your left arm out, straight out to the left. If you do have the flexibility to grab your big toe, feel free. If you need to keep your knee bent, also feel free. Looks good, you guys. Nice to see everybody this morning. Good, take another in-breath here. As you exhale, let's coax the leg forward. So the right leg is going to be extending directly out of the right hip. Let go of your foot, but hold the leg up. Let the leg hold itself up. Sweep the arms overhead, take an inhale. Good, now as you exhale, you're going to step that right leg just directly back into a lunge, or warrior one, I should say. Expanding the chest up. On your exhale, dive forward, sweep the arms forward, down and back. Inhale, reach back, sweep the arms from behind you overhead, warrior one. Exhale forward. Arms are going to swivel through the shoulders to reach back. Do that again, reach back, root back with the right foot to rise up. Exhale, pull forward, down and back. Good, last time, sweeping the arms from behind you overhead for warrior one. Good, and both hands back down to the ground. Transfer your weight onto your left foot. Lift your right leg up for standing splits. Crown draws down towards your toes. Right leg extends toward the sky. Take one more exhale here. Maybe your ribs get closer to the left thigh. And then please bring your right foot in, right next to your left foot. So once again, we're standing at the top of the mat, fold forward. Bend your knees now, weight into your heels, rise up for Utkatasana. Exhale, pick up your left foot this time, cross left ankle to top of right thigh, sweep the arms back behind you. We're sitting back and down. You want to make sure that you're not sitting in this right hip, right? So as you sit back, make sure it's back and not over to your right. If you want to, you can clasp your hands behind you, or like we did last time, just keep your arms separate of each other. Reaching your arms maybe a little wider than your shoulders if you need to. This is standing pigeon. Take an exhale to sit just a little deeper. Inhale, lift the ribs. Good, now grab your left shin with your left hand. Place the sole of your left foot inside your right inner thigh. Reach the arms out, do whatever you'd like to with your branches. Push the right inner thigh into your foot, push your foot back into your thigh. Feel that lock, that engagement internally, and let that internal lock support you. Arms are strong. Use the arm strength to open you up even more. Beautiful, good. Take one more breath here in tree pose. Strong exhale, hug your spine with your spinal muscles. Reach down again with that left hand. Grab your left big toe, reach your right arm to the right, and extend the left leg out to the left. Again, you could hold on to the outer thigh and keep your knee bent, right? This is absolutely valid. Our intention is to challenge our core stabilization, our proprioception. It does, if you're already feeling like you're stretching your leg, you don't need to open the leg more. Take one more breath here. Exhale, bring the left leg forward, right in line with your left hip. Engage your left quads, let go of your foot. Let your leg hold itself up. Sweep the arms overhead, take an inhale. Step your left leg back and move into a warrior. Opening up the chest. Take a full breath here. Exhale forward. Sweep the arms around and through. Pull back, rise up, inhale, sweep the arms overhead, warrior one. Exhale forward. Sweep the arms back, open the chest up, reach back, rise up, inhale, warrior one. And again, forward. Your arms, your fingertips are just gonna sweep the floor as they come back. Reach back, rise up, warrior one. Good, hold here for one more breath. Exhale, hands to the ground alongside your right foot. Transfer onto your right foot, lift the left leg up. Your right quads are actively engaged here. Standing splits means that we're trying to touch the top of the back wall with the pads of our left toes. So the left leg is getting longer and lighter. Take a final exhale here. And at the end of that exhale, slide your left foot in alongside your right foot and move into your forward fold. Full breath here. And a strong, long exhalation. Bend the knees again, weight into the heels, rise up, Utkatasana. This time, pick up your right foot and bring your right knee all the way over your left knee, taking your arms out to either side. If possible, you're gonna tuck those right toes back behind your left Achilles tendon for eagle. And then bring your right elbow underneath your left elbow. Wrap the forearms, the wrists, and press your palms together. Elbows and knees in line with each other, everything lining up with the spine. Two more breaths. Strong exhale. Good, now we're gonna take keep the arms the way they are. Bring the elbows a little further forward. And then unravel this right leg and shoot it back for Eagle Warrior 3. Step the right foot all the way back and lift the elbows up for Eagle Warrior 1. Feel more happening in your back. Make sure your back muscles are firing here to open up the chest a bit more, your upper back. Take a final exhale, reach further back. Sweep the arms overhead, inhale. Good, exhale, both hands are gonna come down. We're gonna go back into standing splits for a moment. Bend your right knee now. Reach around with your left hand to take a hold of your right foot. Claw the floor with your right fingertips. This would be where you'd want that blocker if you do have a prop underneath your right hand. Inhale to extend the torso instead of rounding the back. And kick your foot back into your hand. Again, this is not about holding the pose rigidly. It's about finding a way to challenge our balance today. To stay with our breath even as we find that balance or even as we connect to imbalance. One more breath here. Open the chest and draw it a little further forward. And then exhale, left hand down. Right foot steps in next to left foot and fold your crown toward your toes. Shake out any tension in your head, neck, and shoulders. We're gonna hold this pose. Take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Extend your torso forward for a moment. And then fold back in, crown down toward the toes. Stay here, breathe here, feel the stretch. Send your inhale to the backs of your thighs, to your lower back, to your glutes, wherever else you're feeling this letting go of tension. Make sure that your exhale is supporting the stretch by engaging the muscles opposite of the muscles that are stretching, right? So your quads are strong, your abs are strong. The lower abdominals are really firing. Take a final exhale here. So now bring your feet back in so that they're sit bone distance apart. Bend those knees, reach up, Utkatasana. And exhale, left leg over right for eagle pose. Bring your left elbow underneath your right, wrap your forearms, your wrists, and press your palms together. Line your elbows and knees up with each other. And everything is lining up with the spine. And again, that's the direction we're moving in, right? Keep the inner thigh strong, keep the exhale strong. Use your exhale to remind you to hug everything back to midline. One final exhale here. Unravel your leg, shoot it back, pull the elbows forward, moving into Eagle Warrior 3. As the leg moves back and the elbows reach forward, root down through the inner edge of your right foot and hug into midline with your right inner thigh. Step your left foot back, lift the elbows up and move into Eagle Warrior 1. So this is more of a back bend. It's not a compression. We're not sinking into our lower back. As the elbows come up, the elbows help us lift the entire rib cage up so that we're reaching up and over an archway to go back. Final inhale into the front of the body. And one more exhale to find your back muscles firing. Unravel your arms, take your in-breath. Warrior 1. Exhale, both hands come down, lift the left leg up. Back into standing splits for just a moment. And then that left knee, reach around with your right hand to take a hold of your foot. Claw the floor with your left fingertips or place a block underneath your left hand or any other prop that you have. Extend the spine forward. Then kick your foot into your hand. Good, take another deep inhale. See if you can track the ribs a little further away from the pelvis. One more strong exhale, make sure you found your back muscles. Release your hand down, step your left foot in to meet your right foot, and fold your crown toward the ground. Walk your feet out even wider so they're on the outer edges of your feet or on the outer edges of your mat. Take your inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Without using any pushing or pulling, right? Without yanking with your arms. Use your abs to maybe bring the elbows in line with your inner shins. Make sure your weight stays forward here. Take a longer, stronger exhale and dive maybe just a bit deeper in whatever way that means to you. Good, and then one more time on each side. We're gonna bring the heels back to neutral, sweep the arms overhead, take your inhale. This time, transferring your weight onto your left foot. Bring your right leg up and extend the right leg forward, straightening out your left leg. Sweep it back and move into butterfly. Good, bring it forward so the right knee comes up first. Exhale the right foot forward. Sweep, bring the knee in on inhale, exhale, sweep back. Butterfly. One more time, inhale slowly up. Exhale, right leg forward. Inhale, bring the knee back in. Exhale, butterfly. Hold here for one more breath in butterfly. And as we've been doing, step your right foot back. Stand up onto the pads of your right toes this time. Clasp your hands behind you and bend that left knee. Draw the knuckles down. So this is more of an active Anjali Asana. Make sure you're not compressing your lower back. Take one final inhale here. Exhale, draw the knuckles maybe closer to the crease of the right knee. Straighten out your right leg. Lay your ribs onto your left thigh and bring the knuckles toward the ceiling here. Crown is drawing down toward the toes. Your forehead is getting close to your left shin. One final exhale. Bring both hands down to frame your left foot. Step your right foot in to meet your left foot. And this time go right into your forward fold. Huge inhale. And a stronger, longer exhale. Bend the knees, weight into your heels. Let's rise up for Utkatasana. Pick up your left foot, straighten out your right leg. And exhale the left leg forward. Inhale, the knee bends. Sweep the arms back behind you, butterfly. Moving slowly. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, extend forward. Inhale, bend the knee and bring it in. Exhale, sweep the arm and the left leg back. One more time. One final inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back, but stay on your toes. Arms rising. And this time, let's clasp the hands behind us. Bend the left knee, contract left glutes, left hamstrings. Lift the heart. And exhale, draw the heart upward as the crown draws back. One final exhale. Maybe we bring the knuckles closer to the crease of the left knee, increasing the stretch on the left quads. Good, and then lay your ribs onto your right side. Straighten out your left leg. The knuckles reach up to the ceiling. If you'd like to feel a little more stable, bring the back heel to the ground at any time. One final exhale. Bring your hands down to the floor. Step your left foot in to meet your right foot and fold it in. Shake out any tension in your neck, head, and shoulders. Soften your face, your jaw, your eyes, and your forehead. And take one more round of breath here in your forward fold. But inhale, find that spinal extension. Plant your palms, jump back or walk back. Exhale now to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, back to down dog. Deep breath in and down dog. Exhale, come onto your forearms and we'll take a dolphin pose. Forearms are parallel with each other and shoulder distance apart. If you find that you are unable to keep the forearms parallel, clasp your hands and you can do the tripod position instead. Rooting down to the belly of the forearms, drawing up through the lower belly. Find that strength work happening through the core. Take a final exhale here in dolphin pose. Walk your feet back into plank pose on your forearms. Three more breaths. Last breath, we're going to take into the back of the body. As you exhale, slowly lower the thighs to the ground. Walk the elbows forward, move right into Sphinx pose. So the forearms are on the ground, claw the floor with your fingertips, draw the rib cage toward the front of the room. Make sure that your sit bones aren't tilting up or pulling back. The pubic bone is moving down, the hip bones are rising off the floor. Breathe into this stretch on the front of your body. Abs are stretching, back body is engaged in supporting that stretch. If you feel like you can go further, bring the elbows up and do full Sphinx. We don't want to feel any pinching in the lower back. So make sure that your thigh bones are rooted down. Your hamstrings are working to press the thigh bones into the earth. Sit bones pull back toward the heels. The pubic bone is anchored to the ground and the hips are definitely off the floor. One final inhale, drag the heart even further forward. Exhale, begin to lower your torso slowly to the ground. Reach your arms toward the front of the room. Keep your forehead on your mat. Now take an inhale to lift the left arm and right leg off the ground. Left arm and right leg. Exhale, pull yourself apart into equal and opposite directions. Inhale, lift both limbs higher. Exhale, release it back down. Inhale, right arm and left leg come up. Exhale, draw length, fingers forward, toes back. Inhale, lift both limbs higher. Exhale, release. Inhale again, left arm and right leg up. This time, bend your right knee, reach around with your left hand, take a hold of the inner edge of your right foot with your left hand. Fold your right forearm in so that it's parallel with the front of your mat and lift up your torso off the floor. Inhale, draw the heart forward. Exhale, kick your right foot back into your left hand. Inhale, heart forward, rib cage forward. Exhale, draw the back ribs toward the spine. One more time, take that in breath, feel the stretch on the left side of your chest. Breathe into the stretch. Exhale, release the right thigh down and everything back to where we started. Both arms reaching forward, both legs reaching back. Forehead is again on your mat. Take your inhale, right arm and left leg up. Exhale, bend the left knee, reach around, take a hold of the inner edge of your left foot with your right hand, fold the left forearm in parallel with the front of your mat. Root down with the left forearm and rise off of the rib cage. Inhale the entire rib cage forward. Exhale, kick the foot back, press the thigh bones down into the floor. Inhale, ribs traction forward. Exhale, back ribs knit in. I want you to really feel your middle back firing here. One more time, open up the chest. Feel the front of the right shoulder stretching and the right side of the chest stretching. Make sure you're inhaling into that stretch. One more exhale. Hug both shoulder blades toward each other and down toward the pelvis. And then release the left knee down, the left thigh down even more. Bring both arms forward. And chest can rest on the mat, forehead on the floor. So take an inhale, slide your hands alongside your mid-ribs, push up on your next inhale to the hands and the knees. So take your exhale to round your back. And let's just do a few more of those. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. And with your back still rounded, we're going to take an inhale to bring the left arm up and open to the left. Exhale, reach your left arm underneath you to the right. Inhale, open to the left, tuck right ribs under left. Exhale, reach left arm underneath and through as far to the right as possible. One more time, opening and reaching. Good. Now bring your left ear to the floor and the outside of the left shoulder to the ground. Claw the floor with your right fingertips and use that leverage to wring out and open just a bit more. Stay here if you'd like, or step your right foot out to the right. Stepping your right foot out is going to help you open this right side body more toward the sky. Again, you can keep your right hand on the floor for now. If you want to play with some more balance, lift your right leg off the floor. And if you want to play with movement while balancing, bring the knee in and extend the leg back out. So lots of different ways to work this posture. Exhaling the knee in if you decide to move, and inhaling the leg up and out. Wherever you're at now, hold that pose. Open up even more in whatever way that means to you. So twist a little further. And then release everything, unravel out of the pose that you've placed yourself in. Come back up onto the hands and the knees. Take your in-breath. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. And exhale, round. Make this your own movement. Make sure you're moving through your range of motion. One more. Keep your back rounded. Pick up your right hand, open up. Exhale, right arm reaches to the left. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. Last time, inhale, open. Exhale, reach your right arm underneath you as far to the left as possible. Bringing your right ear to the ground and the outside of the right shoulder down. Palm faces up. Claw the floor with your left fingertips here. Use that to help you stay open. Remind the pelvis to traction back and up. And then bring the left foot out to the left. Push down with the sole of your left foot to help you keep the pelvis back as well. You could also use your hand there to keep the pelvis moving back. If you want to work a little more balance, left leg comes up. And if you want to move with that balance, knee comes in on exhale. And extend the leg back up and out on inhale. Wherever you are, make sure you haven't stopped breathing. Stay in your body, stay in that feeling part of yourself, the experiencing part of yourself. Good, and then wherever you're at, let's hold that pose. Open up even more, perhaps. And then unravel. Okay, so wherever you're at now, come back to your hands and knees. Inhale to extend the spine. And this time on exhale, let's go back to down dog. Full breath in and downward facing dog. Strong, long exhale to move into the deepest stretch in down dog, right? Because we're nice and warm, we've been doing this for a while. At this point, this would just feel almost like a rest. Final strong exhale, find Uddiyana Bandha. Jump your feet to or even through your hands. Come to a seated position somewhere in the middle of your mat. Extend your legs forward. Remember that you want the sit bones back behind the rib cage. So if your ribs are behind your hips, bend your knees until you can bring the ribs slightly forward of the sit bones. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. At that point, you can start to slide the heels forward to a place where you can go to with integrity. Those of you who have your legs completely straight and you want a little more of a stretch, if you have a block or even a pillow, you could put the block at the soles of your feet, hold on to the block. Or you can just use your arms, use your core here to draw you deeper. Your arms can just reach past your toes. Use your abs to pull your ribs closer to your thighs. Strong, long exhale. Remember that your crown is reaching towards your toes here. So we're not just kind of drooping forward. We're reaching forward and then engaging abs to pull the ribs down. Of course, the abs need to be strong there to support the rounding of your spine. Let's take a final exhale and reach past your toes. Remember, we're going to hold the exhale here. So hold Uddiyana Bandha. Begin to lift with your bandha intact. Inhale at the top. And then swivel your arms around and through the shoulders. Lean back, keeping the chest open, pointing your fingers at your toes. Inhale, reach out to either side and back up, Dandasana. Exhale, reach forward past your toes, Paschimottanasana. Up into Dandasana. Circle the arms around. If you want to, you can lift the legs up Then reach your fingers towards your toes that way. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, Dandasana. Exhale, Navasana. Remember, you can always keep your legs on the ground. Good. Legs down. Inhale, Dandasana. Exhale, forward fold. Last time, inhale, rising. Circle the arms around. Lift the legs, everybody this time. Bend your knees, and this time let the heels draw down so the heels are hovering above the floor, maybe 3 or 4 inches. Hold here, breathe here. Make sure you have some room behind you. We're gonna roll right down onto our back next. 2 more breaths with the heels hovering below the knees. 1 more inhale. Good, now exhale, hold on to the backs of your thighs. Roll down slowly onto your back and draw the knees into your chest. Once you get there, rock side to side a few times. Take your arms out, but keep the rocking going. Make the range of motion much larger now. Both shoulder blades stay cemented to the mat as you bring your legs from one side to the other. Using your obliques, using your breath, using your attention, right, to increase your mobility and range of motion. Once you've done this a few times, let's bring the knees back up over the hips here. Cross your right knee over your left knee. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And then take your hands to your left shin, if possible, right, the forward shin, and coax the knees in a bit closer to your chest. If that's not happening, you can reach behind the left thigh instead and coax the legs in that way. Without forcing, without expecting to see any improvement, although you probably will. But again, it's not about how far you can push yourself. It's about breathing yourself into the stretch, breath by breath, layer by layer. Go ahead, take another exhale here in this, basically a supine cow face pose, supine Gomukhasana. Then bring your forehead up to your right knee. Touching your nose to your knee, your chin to your knee, or your forehead to your knee if possible. Try to get the shoulder blades completely off the floor here. And you can use your left shin as a little handle to help make that happen. Good, and then we're gonna grab the heels. So we're gonna take the right hand to left hand to right heel, and lift the heels up away from the ground. Lower your head back down. If this is too intense, just lower your heels a bit. Those of you who want to move further, pull the heels, use your hands, pull your heels away from each other, squeeze the inner thighs toward each other. So the heels lift higher and higher away from the floor and further away from the center line of the body. Now, if you would like to go further, coax the knees in closer to your sternum, allowing the back of the pelvis to come off the floor. Take a strong exhale here. Great job. And slowly release your heels down towards your hips. Move your knees forward so that they're stacking over the pelvis rather than over the belly button. So we're moving them away. Take your left hand to the center of your right thigh, right hand on top of left hand. Push your hands into your thighs. Squeeze your inner thighs. If you want to, you could do eagle legs. You can do this twisted root position by tucking your right toes back behind your left Achilles tendon. If you can't, that's fine. It doesn't change the pose. Push hands into thighs, thighs into hands, hollow out the belly, draw the navel down. While the navel is drawing down, scoop the pelvis off the floor, or at least send the message to lift the pelvis off the ground. Pushing hands into thighs, thighs into hands, draw the navel down, scoop the pelvis up. If you'd like to now, lift the head and shoulders up for just one more full breath in. So inhaling, shoulder blades off the floor. Exhale, push hands into thighs, thighs back into hands, hollow out the belly, draw the navel down. Take one more inhale while you're here. Exhale your head back down to the floor. Good, untuck those toes if they were tucked, and coax both legs over to the left side of the room. Open your chest toward the sky and turn your head to the right. Wringing out the spine. Final exhale to wring out one more time. Turn your head even more to the right. And then reach your left arm out to the left, unravel your legs and bring your knees back up over your hips. Cross your left knee over your right knee and draw the knees in. So we're gonna start with that supine cow face pose. Reach over, and if you can, you're gonna clasp both hands around the right shin this time. Without lifting your head yet, draw the knees in closer to the chest. Feel the stretch on the outer thighs. Engage your inner thighs a little bit more here. Now bring your forehead up to meet your left knee. You can bring your chin or your nose to your knee. We may not get there, right? But that's the direction we're moving in. It's helpful to think about lifting the shoulder blades all the way up off of the floor. Remember, you don't have to hold on to the shin. You can hold on to the back of your right thigh. Every exhale allows you to go a little further. You're definitely still working your abs here, working your core here. Good. Release your head back down to the ground. Keep the knees in close. See if you can coax the legs in just a bit closer still. Shoulders are down away from your ears, by the way. Now grab your heels, lifting your heels up away from the earth slowly. Good. If this is uncomfortable on the knees, by the way, I should have mentioned this on the other side, you can cross the shin over the shin. You could be more in this position rather than knee over knee. If your shins are crossing instead of your knees, you're still engaging your inner thighs. You can always lower the heels closer to the hips to decrease the intensity. If you need more stretch, lift the heels higher, flare the elbows out, and pull the heels away from each other using your arm strength to do so. Bring the legs in closer. This is a really great stretch for the right glutes, gluteus medius minimus, piriformis, and even the gluteus maximus. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together. If you want to, forehead can come up to meet the knee again. Lift the sacrum off the floor, the back of the pelvis off the floor. Maybe even the lumbar spine comes up. Release head, neck, and shoulders. Keep the knees in close. Breathe into this deeper stretch. When the head comes down, you're going to feel the stretch increase. Now release your heels slowly, slowly back down alongside your hips. Move the knees forward so the knees are stacked over the pelvis again. Place your left hand to the right side, right hand on top of left hand. Push your hands into your thighs and push your thighs back into that pressure. Feel this tone up the lower core. So we want to feel this toning, a tightening feeling, right? As though you're cinching a really thick hip belt, tighter and tighter. Okay? Push hands into thighs, thighs into hands, hollow out the belly, draw the navel down. You're pressing the lumbar spine down and intending to scoop the pelvis up. We're doing all of this without bringing the knees in to the chest. So you want to keep that hip flexor area open, okay? We don't want to bring the knees in and close down this hip flexor area. Thigh bones are basically perpendicular to the floor and the ceiling, but of course the knees are crossed. Lift your head and shoulders off the floor for just a full breath. So we're going to inhale the shoulder blades off the floor. Stay here and exhale, pushing, squeezing. Stay here for another inhale, maybe lift the shoulder blades higher. Exhale, push as you lower your head, neck, and shoulders back down to the ground. And then we're going to take both knees over to the right side. Open your chest up toward the sky. And breathe. Soften the face, the jaw, the eyes, and the forehead. If your knees already went to the right, bring them to the left. Spine or the muscles, I should say, that directly support the spine are wringing out the spine, but the outer musculature, they're relaxing, right? So your lats are relaxing, your traps are relaxing, your outer and more extrinsic body softens around this inner twist. Take a final exhale here. Wringing out and going just a little further with it. Good. Uncross your legs, bring your knees back up over your hips. And without using your arms again, rock side to side slowly, moving through as full a range of motion as you can. Move the knees a little further away from the chest and keep that rocking going so that we start to massage different parts of the spine. And then bring your knees even further forward so they're over your hips again. Keep the rocking going. Good. On your next in-breath, as you bring the knees back up over the hips, extend both legs straight up to the sky. Flex your feet and take an inhale. And exhale, make sure that you're allowing the backs of your shoulders and your shoulder blades to rest onto the floor. Another deep inhale. So remember, we're keeping the arms and shoulders out of the equation. Exhale the legs forward, just a little bit. You'll notice that your back wants to arch. You'll notice that the belly wants to bubble up, and there will be no integrity there. It'll just feel like pinching. That's too far. Okay, we've gone too far if that happens. So again, backs of shoulders and shoulder blades on the floor, back ribs stay on the mat. Move the legs forward until you feel the toning across the belly, but also this lengthening and strengthening of the abdominal wall at the same time. Deep inhale. Exhale, keep your left leg where it is, but lower the right leg maybe another 6 feet to another foot. Stay with the integrity of this pose. You know when the back starts to buckle, we don't want to go there. There's no reason to go there. Slowly on the next exhale, keep that engaged. Bring the right heel up to meet the left. Inhale with both heels in line. Exhale, slowly the left leg will come closer to the floor. You can also think about the left leg getting longer and reaching further forward. Take your inhale and slowly, still using your core strength, to lift the left heel up in line with the right. Do this 2 more times on each side. Moving on exhale, holding on inhale. Keeping your abs engaged in both directions. One more time. And last time with the left leg. Good. Once you finish that, move into Viparita Karani or move into any other inversion of choice. You may want to roll like you're about to roll into a plow pose. And just stay right there in the very beginnings of plow. Feel free to move into half plow, half shoulder stand, headstand, handstand. Feel free to not do any type of inversion if it doesn't feel good to you today. Whatever you're doing, stay with your breath, stay in your body, stay in the feeling, sensing, being, experiencing part of yourself. At the end of your next exhale, draw the navel in, roll slowly, unless you feel like you're just getting into your inversion and you want to spend some more time there. Otherwise, we're going to start to roll out of the inversion. Come back to Viparita Karani, heels over sit bones, take another in-breath. And this time, using your abs, you may need to do this one leg at a time. We're going to lower the legs all the way down to the floor in integrity. Once the heels touch, let your abs relax. Splay the legs open, spread your arms out, shake any tension out of your body, and relax your body into the earth. Soften your face, your jaw, your eyes, and your forehead. And as always, let the body, the physical body, be still. Let your mind stay still by letting the mind, the attention settle into the stillness of the physical body. Let even the inner body, the muscles that support your breath, right? Let those still down, right? So the breath becomes extremely subtle. The body settles into the earth. Your breath settles into your body, and your mind settles as the breath settles. Again, we take this for granted because most of us, this isn't our first trip around the yoga world, right? We've done this a few hundred times. So we kind of maybe even dismiss it at this point as being unimportant. But imagine again that this is your first time you've done Shavasana after a physical practice like this. And how wonderful it would be to really revel in the experience of Shavasana. Feeling energized and revived while we feel rested and relaxed. Feeling more open and free. Feeling both the heaviness of the physical and the lightness of our energy body at the same time. And whatever else there is to notice. Whatever else there is to sense and experience. Please allow yourself to rest in the beingness, in the sensing, in the feeling part of yourself for at least another 2 to 3 more minutes. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. Thanks so much for joining me. Namaste.